And I am not the first baby mom. I am not the second baby mom. Beyonce, I'm not the third baby mom. I'm not the fourth baby mom. I'm not the fifth baby mom. Beyonce, I am not even the sixth baby mom. Beyonce, make sure you tell these folks I am the seventh baby mom.
Apparently, this is no longer accurate. As of yesterday, she was 8, and as of today, she might be number 10. They just keep on coming out of the woodwork. This creator, who's got her picture over Morgan's, keeps a running tab of baby moms and keeps updating their rankings as they provide proof and receipts as to their child's age, etc. I'm sure she has her hands full. But people keep asking me for my thoughts on this, and I just don't know what to tell you all. Clearly, we're living in the end times because multiple women, we don't even know how many, have had a child for this man who is not even mid, is not committed to any of them, and talks like he has a mouthful of gravel. Like multiple people have pointed out, all these women are gorgeous. They all seem to have things going on in their lives. They're all young. Like, why is risking your life in childbirth, risking your health, become so normalized for a man who is a stranger? No, it's not all Black women, thank God. But we do have the highest risk of maternal mortality. Like, we are in the most danger. We are the ones suffering from medical racism. We already have enough problems when it comes to even attaining health care. So why are you risking your life? So many of these women have said out of their own mouths, this guy was never somebody they were in a relationship with. He was a hookup. Why are you having a baby for a hookup, Jesus? Because I know y'all are going to say, oh, well, if they can afford the baby. Do you realize it's about so much more than that? There are multiple women having a child by this man. None of these people know each other. If it weren't for TikTok, they wouldn't know each other. So please tell me what's going to happen when these women, like their children, grow up and they're out in Atlanta on the dating scene. Had you thought about that? Like, what happens to the tangled up genetics of this area? But this is why having children is so serious, and it should be done with the utmost care and planning. Because you're not the only one comprehended. The next several generations are involved in it. When you commingle your DNA with somebody, it's not just you two, it's your families that are involved, knowingly or not. I'm just going to think of this as part of the extinction burst. Apparently, right before the end of a social phenomenon, you get the most outrageous iterations of it. So we all know the birth rate has been declining worldwide. So obviously, in the extinction birth of women having children for randoms, we are going to see the most extreme situations. But what's more so bothersome is how TikTok has responded to it. We all know if it bleeds, it leads. But to see the crazy promotion of this, the way people have just overly consumed this kind of content, is really concerning. Because the truth is, people want a train wreck. They want to see craziness. They want to see mayhem. They want to see chaos. I do the Shut Up Ring series, and when I was using negative videos in the background, all of those went viral. All of them had millions of views, which was, not necessarily my intent. So for one video, I said, okay, when I do this part, I want to use positive ones. So I used what I thought were really nice green flag proposals. That, to date, has one of the least views of any video I've ever made. Only a few thousand. But if I show cake shoving, if I show a man throwing a ring at your head or whatever, millions of views every time. People aren't just curious anymore. It's a morbid curiosity. They want to see people unhappy. They want to see people entangled in negative situations and being confused and surprised on screen. Like, outwardly, they're supportive, but it's just to feed their habit. They say, oh, girl, we're here for you. We support you. Keep making content. Yeah, because you want to see what's going wrong. My dad used to tell us when we were going off to school, you're not there for anyone's entertainment. Don't be the class clown. Go to school and get your lesson. You're not here to be entertainment people. Your life is not for someone's entertainment, and especially not your sorrows. But I think this is why I encounter so much pushback, because I'm constantly on here saying, don't let men make you a mother without making you a wife. Don't let them, use you without any commitment. And people get an attitude, just a bunch of white noise about how it's all good and baby mamas are living the life. You all have listened to all their videos. Have any one of these women said that they're happy? Did any one of them say they knowingly signed up for this particular situation? I always say being a baby mama is like being in a one-sided marriage where the guy gets all the benefits and privileges and you are the one on the hook with all the responsibilities, because all these women now have a responsibility to this man that he does not have to them. And unilaterally, on his own, he has decided to tie them to 6 or 8 or whatever the number is now, other women without their knowledge. But this is what you consent to when you consent to being just a womb for a man you are not committed to. Anything can happen. And I know y'all love to tussle. You're going to say, well, anything can happen in marriage too. Why don't you actually try it before you make that argument? It's like, I don't get it. People are so terrified of a marriage license, but will literally have children for men. Do you know this man's middle name? And I don't speak to criticize. I'm not judging any of these women. I'm just saying we're constantly talking about what's coming down the pike with losing Roe v. Wade, losing access to many social services, inflation, the formula shortage, the rising cost of childcare. There are so many things comprehended in having a child nowadays, and most people are opting out, which is why they're trying to force women into having children. So I just cannot see why people would be running willingly towards something the majority of the United States has said, this is so costly, dangerous, and risky. I just can't afford it. Like, is it me, Lord? Is it me? But y'all do what you want. Like and follow for more.
It's an ad for birth control. Well, no, it's not. Because it doesn't.
Not only is it an ad for self-love, it's an ad for us to take responsibility. Yes, I understand we've made some mistakes. I put my hand up. I did it 3 times, y'all. I was 17. Just literally on my 18th birthday, found out I was pregnant. 18 again. And then 23. It took me 3 times to wake up. I hope it don't take you all that long. Okay. Wake up. Seek yourself. Find out who you are. I know a lot of us, we were not taught. A lot of us did not see a good father. A lot of us did not get good examples from our mothers, right? But now we are adults and we have to look for the right stories, look for the truth. The truth. I found the truth when I started having African friends. I found out, shoot, you don't need to stay around to feel love. Most of them stay virgins until they're married. And they felt loved. So you don't have to sleep around to feel love. You don't have to be dependent on someone to feel love. But you got to find that love within. I found my first love with the word of God and the presence of God. When I gave my life to God after becoming suicidal, anxious, depressed, having mental breakdown as a young woman, because of the choices that I made, because I was not guided well, I was not taught well, I was not prepared. Okay? And a lot of us have that story, but it's not the story that we should run with. We should change change your story, girl. Change your story. You have the power to change your story like I did, thanks to the Most High God. By 24, I went on this self-love search. I found God and I found Ken. And Ken was the most beautifulest girl in my eyes. And I fell in love with her. And I still fall in love with her over and over and over again. My standards got higher. My security myself got higher. My self-love was born because I didn't have any. My self-value, my self-worth was born because I didn't have any. And I got married. Been married for 8 years. Been together with this man for 9 years. Listen, change your story. I am teaching my girls. They don't need to have sex to feel loved. They don't need to lower their value, give their body to no man, have children early for nobody to feel loved. I'm teaching my boys to respect women. Do not take advantage of them. If they have no good intention, leave that woman alone. I understand our start was not great, but now it's time to take responsibility and accountability for the choices that we've made and change our story. We cannot choose better until we know better. A lot of us never seen good dads. I didn't have my dad around, and the men that were around me were not good people. So I had to learn what a good man was. I had to learn what they look like, what they sound like, how do they behave when they're angry, because I didn't see that. I just saw violent men who had no self-control. Change your story, change your life, and change your choices.
Are you currently going down that rabbit hole looking for the random man in Atlanta's baby mamas? I got you. If you've already been going down that rabbit hole, you should already know who this person is, and it's none other than the prize bull himself, Jaquan Saints, aka the hometown hero, aka the random man in Atlanta. Now, although I wanted him to remain anonymous, I'm gonna give him his props. Mr. Random Man in Atlanta got a bad bitch fetish, and I'm here for it. So let's get into the 7 baby mothers that have been identified. First up is baby mama number 1. She goes by Kia Fitz on TikTok. She had her baby by Random Man at 17 years old, and they share a daughter together. The second baby mama is Drea Janae. She shares a son with the Random Man. They do not have a good co-parenting relationship. He's not in her son's life either. She was pregnant at the same damn time as baby mama number 3. Their children are 8 days apart. Whenever you get a chance, go to her page and watch her 2 TikTok videos that she uploaded explaining her situation. All right, baby mama number 3 is Allison Mortel. She no longer has a TikTok page. I think she took it down. But I did record her original video. It is on my channel if you want to go to that video and check it out. But she pretty much was blasting the Random Man and confirming what Morgan has been saying about him being a deadbeat. And like I said previously, she has a son that is 8 days younger than baby mama number 2 son, which is crazy. All right, so baby mama number 4, we don't have an actual name for her. We only have her Twitter handle, which goes by the name of Juicy Manila Blair. She does share a daughter with the Random Man, and she was blasting him about being a deadbeat on Twitter once upon a time, but since then she has privated all of her accounts. All right, so baby mama number 5 goes by the name of Nina, and this is probably going to be our problem child out of the bunch. At this time, we cannot confirm if she has a son or a daughter with the Random Man, but she's giving very much spicy, giving very much misdirected energy, and looking at them bangs, it pretty much had me like,
not the banging, the banging, oh, 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 oh.
All right, back to the task at hand. Baby mama number 6. We do not have a name for her. All we know is that she is currently the Random Man in Atlanta's girlfriend. Her and the Random Man have been on and off for 10 years, and they do share a daughter together. She has not come forward to give a statement. She has not made any videos, and I am currently unable to locate any of her social media. The vibe check is giving me that she condones his behavior and doesn't really give a damn about how many women he sleeps with or procreates with, as long as he comes back to her. It's giving very much,
That's my motherfucking man. Yeah. Do you hear me? That's my motherfucking man.
I know I play too much. Let's get back on task. Okay, baby mama number 7 is none other than Morgan. She's the one that coined the phrase Random Man in Atlanta. She's the one that made all her TikTok videos in reference of this man and trolling him. She tried her best to keep him anonymous until he decided to come forward. Morgan originally thought that she was baby mama number 6, but after having a group meeting with the other baby mamas, she found out that she was demoted to baby mama number 7, which is very, very unfortunate. But again, she was the one that started this whole thing. She was trying to take her postpartum, her pain, her heartbreak, and turn it into something positive and come to this platform to kind of vent. But it kind of turned into a circus at this point. As if 7 baby mamas was not enough. Word on the street is baby mamas 8, 9, and 10 are currently loading. This is nothing shorter than a hot ass fucking mess at this point. So if I get any more details about any new baby mamas, I'll make sure to give y'all an update. Until then, just make sure you mark yourself safe. from the random man in Atlanta, okay?
I don't know what's more disturbing. The fact that so many women who are basically teenagers, right? When I was 19, I dated a 33-year-old. I was asked, what could we possibly have in common? His mind matched with 19, not vice versa. So, as you can see, there's so many women that have had this predatory experience, right? And then when you read the comments from the men, you would think that most of the men would be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry that happened to you. You were too young to know better. But that's not what these men are saying in these comments. In fact, the men are actually blaming the young women and making the older men in their 30s the victim. What is this? This is Lynx Melt. This is not sponsored. I'm getting ready to go out and I saw these comments and I couldn't believe how many men could not empathize with women, and so many women, at least 30 of us, are having this experience or had that experience when we were in our, late teens and early 20s. And then of course I had men saying, well, what about me? I was 17 and the woman was 25. That shit is equally as nasty. Whoever is in their 30s, 40s, 50s, whoever is a fucking adult, first of all, let's get that clear. Whoever's adult has no business dating someone who's a minor. I don't care what the age difference is. That's weird. But if a woman is in her 30s and she's dating a man that's 20 years old, 18 years old, even 23, 24 years old, there is an intellectual mismatch. There's also a life experience mismatch. Right? When you're in your early 20s, no matter what your gender is, let's be clear, when you're in your early 20s, you're still formulating opinions about life, about religion, about what you want to do. The last thing you want is somebody who's 30, who's lived their life and done all of these things influencing you. Whether it's in your best interest, whether they're trying to help you, you need to establish who you are first before you start getting into like relationships anyway, let alone a relationship with somebody who's probably already been married, somebody who has kids. Like, that is wild to me. And the entire point of me making this video is that men, because that's my life experience and clearly the experience of so many women in the comments, men exhibit predatory behavior on young women with the intentions on manipulating and grooming them, and it's fucking disgusting.
I 100% disagree, and I'm going to show you. So coincidentally, it was like this trend going around on Facebook for women to drop pictures of their deadbeat baby daddies. And so let's just go through a couple of them and see if any of them gave active father. Let's just play a game, okay? So what about this gave active daddy? I just want to know. Like, and a lot of these men have multiple baby mamas. I'm talking 3+. Okay. What about this gave longevity, long-term relationship, marriage, commitment, active dad? What about this photo? Please tell me. Because us normal folks with brains, we can look at this photo and like, yeah, absolutely not. There's no way y'all looked at some of these pictures and some of these men and was like, yeah, he's going to make a great father, for sure. There's no way. You will not lie to me. You will not lie to me. Absolutely not. Like, what gave active dad? Like, tell me. Like, to us normal folk, this is not a shocker. This is not a shocker. I just don't understand. What could these men have told you to make you assume that they were going to be present active dads? Because none of this give great father. Like, I don't understand. A lot of y'all were not manipulated. You weren't scammed. Y'all just messed around with losers unprotected and thought you were going to get an active dad somehow. Like, just look at the type of men you're sleeping with. Look at the quality of men you're sleeping with, and you thought you were going to get an active dad. I don't understand. What of these photos said, come have a baby with me because I'm going to be active father to them? I don't understand. Like, is the father in the room with us? Is active dad in the room with us? I don't see it. You will not lie to me and say these men manipulated and scammed you. Because I can look at them and say, yeah, no, probably not. Probably not a good idea. Probably not a good idea. And mind you, these women posted the pictures of their baby daddies themselves. So either y'all are completely blind and slow and you just sleep with anyone, or maybe y'all just hope and pray that the scammers and drug dealers that y'all love will somehow commit to you, because none of this gives active dad. Like, what could this man have told you to make you assume that he was going to be an active daddy? What could he have told you? Like, especially a lot of these men have more than 3 baby mamas. Why would you think you were the one? Why did you think that? Please tell me. I'm waiting. Now, some women do their due diligence. Some women do get manipulated. Some women do get dealt bad cards. But that's not a lot of you, okay? It's not. A lot of y'all don't lead with the idea that y'all are actually looking for an active father, a man that's going to actually be in the home. A lot of y'all lead with the idea that y'all are trying to get your rocks off. And because y'all are not leading, right, correctly, doing your due diligence, you get caught up in these situations, right, with deadbeat fathers like that. But a lot of us can see that in any scenario, this man would not have been an active dad in any scenario. So then you want us, the people, to believe that you were scammed, you were lied to. No, you did not do your due diligence. Yeah. So in this case, you did set yourself up for single parenthood, because why would you sleep with a man like that thinking you were going to get an active dad? Why did you think that? Why would you assume that? Especially a lot of these men have multiple kids they're not taking care of. What made you think you were the one? This is what we call delusion, okay? And it's time we hold women accountable for it, right? Because in order for us to see change, we have to call out the BS. And if we're going to continue to ignore it and continue to coddle women, we will continue to see the same mistakes. We're going to see young girls continue to repeat the same mistakes, and we're not going to get anywhere. Stop sleeping with losers, expecting active dads, and stop blaming every man because you made piss poor decisions. Do better. I 100% disagree, and I'm going to show you. So coincidentally,
I was 17 when I found out, well, I literally just turned 18 when I found out I was pregnant. So I got pregnant at 17, had my first child at 18. I was quite shocked when I thought about it, because I was active way before. I ended up having 3 more kids, three more baby daddies. But wait, I want to get back to what she was saying. She was saying, oh, none of us was having sex thinking, oh, we're going to have an active dad. I've never seen an active dad. Never. And let me break that down. My mom had 11 of us, and I lost count at the 7th baby daddy. I lost count. And so a lot of us, what we are doing, we're doing what we saw our mothers do. And it was not until I started having African friends. So I moved to the United Kingdom. I've lived in the Cayman Islands. I've lived in Jamaica. I've lived in America, several places in America. And it's not until I got to the UK and I started having African friends at African companies that I realized the way that I brought up was not actually the best way ever. Right? And so I've had several baby daddies as fathers around me. Never had a long-term active father in my life, and all of them, to be honest, never got along with. If I did, the relationship never lasted long because they were perverts. So my point is, a lot of us were not taught well. And so what you're seeing is the consequences of us not being trained well. So for example, not just having a man in the home, but a responsible man, a good leader, a good father, because my mother had a lot of men in the home. Okay? So you choosing a good man all depends on your upbringing and the start of what you saw. And I didn't see any good man, and therefore the 3 young boys that I ended up with, that I had my children with, were not good fathers, still are not active, don't see their kids. And that's the consequences that I have to live with. And I do not blame these men. I blame the way we were raised. However, we cannot blame for long. We have to get to a place and a stage in life where we have to learn better. We have to realize that the choices that we're making ain't the best ones for ourselves or our children or our community. And we have to choose to learn better. I learned that how I was raised wasn't the best. As I said, when I started having African friends and started going into the African community and started realizing, oh, that's the way to do it. That's a better choice, you know. By being around African people, I learned so much that I am installing in my children. And by being married to an African man, it helps them to see a good man, see a man taking responsibility. And so we have to break the curse mentality that we were raised with off of our children. We teach our children, which are, I'll start from the 5-year-old. We have a 1-year-old. We teach them, the 5, the 9, the 13, and the 14, no sex before marriage. We teach them, get your life in order before you even consider marriage, especially our boys. We teach our daughters, you're not marrying down, you're marrying up. So make sure whoever come to us, they're financially prepared to take care of you, because your father is providing everything for you. And yes, you'll have the skills to take care of your home, to run your business or whatever. But if you want to marry a man, make sure he is prepared to look after you emotionally, mentally, financially, spiritually. Is he ready for you? Because if he's not, and you marry him and have children, and then, God forbid, we're just continuing the curse. And so we really need to install in our children, especially us who've made the mistakes that we've made and the choices that we've made and have caused us to be a statistics and caused us to be perceived a type of way. We have to teach them the right way. So no longer blaming it, oh, my mom this, my mom that. Yeah, my mom didn't teach me the right way. But now I'm an adult, and I have to take responsibility for the choices that I've made. And I have to correct my life and my lifestyle. And I also have to teach my children, especially my girls, better by what I'm doing now, how I live my life now. And we know that when you train them well, when they grow, they'll live by it. And so I hear everyone reason, oh, you chose wrong. They weren't taught how to choose. A lot of us were not taught how to choose. A lot of us haven't seen great fathers, and we know that, right? So we are choosing the kind of men we've been exposed to. And it's only until we come to the understanding that there are better men and better choices. We won't choose better until we come to the understanding of self. And so there's so much to it other than, oh, you laid down with the wrong man. Have she ever seen the right man? Does she know what he looks like? Does she know how he speaks? Does she know how he carries himself? Does she know his duties? Does she even know her own value, her own worth? Because if she was not raised with a good man, more likely she's looking for love externally. And so she's giving herself away for love that she's never received from a male figure in her life. And so she's codependent on relationships. She need that relationship to feel a kind of way. She need that man who's not even worthy of her time to make her feel love. I understand that. But it's only when you come into the understanding of self and you start to really look within and relearn a lot of things that you were taught poorly. So I feel it for these ladies. And most of them was young. you know, most of the, and I'm talking about the random man in Atlanta. So that's a different video, but that's in my mind. And even the woman who's made these poor choices. Listen, none of us is getting to be like, oh, today I'm going to have sex, have a baby with someone who's not going to take care of me or my children. I'm going to have sex with someone, have a baby with someone who's not going to take responsibility. None of us getting up saying that or wanting that. But we were not trained or prepared to make the right choices, and it shows. Because anyhow, we were trained and prepared, a lot of us would not make the choices that we've made. Guys, please subscribe to my YouTube channel for longer and more videos. You'll get pieces here on my TikTok, but you get the full details on my YouTube. God bless.
So I've been trying to talk about this guy for quite some time, and every time I do, my video gets taken down, so I'm not going to comment on it from now on. I will say this though, this dude got a rotation better than the Golden State Warriors. I'm trying to figure out how bro has this much risk. He ain't got no money, he ain't got nothing. He got a solid starting 5 and an MVP. He also has a 7 unconfirmed baby mama. It is kind of sad because he's putting these kids through a lot of harm, but it's unbelievable. I don't understand it. If bro was a teacher, he'd teach Audacity 1301. Anyways, quite a roster. Honestly, if I'm all those baby mamas, I'm just pulling a Ravens home. We can just move in together.
Let's get straight to the tea, okay? All right, so Lil Baby just tried to post, you know, that give y'all thanks, thank me. You can't thank me because that's not my shirt. So whoever that nigga was cheating on you with, because let me inform you, 2019, I was involved with that nigga. So really it's the other way around if you want to be technical. He the nigga cheated on me with you. But why you thought you ate? Because you didn't. And another thing. Okay. He cheated on you with me. No, baby. I've been around, so please do your math, okay?
So, I see a lot of you guys are very in tune with what we have going on. It must mean you ain't got shit to do with your life, right? But a lot of you people in America, you try to point the bad finger at somebody but don't know all the gist to it or all the facts. It's just, you know, you hear something, find something, you follow, you know, dick ride. I'm a black male who overcame a lot of shit. When Morgan met me, I was not the guy that I became today. Yes, I struggled raising all my different kids because I never knew how to. That don't make me less of a man. What makes me a man is providing and trying and doing different ways to provide for them. I'm in college. Have my own concrete company. Stamped, licensed. My own clothing line and a little kids line for all my kids called Born Heart. You guys will see it very soon. So I'm loving the energy because I told Morgan that it would come to this, that, you know, you guys were going to come my way to find out who I was. So, yeah, you going to say this, you going to say that, but one thing I'm going to stand on is I'm a man. And any person that has multiple baby moms, that's a male, they're going to feel me when I say this. You deal with a lot of friction with the baby moms dealing with emotions. Y'all can call it postpartum. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. I wasn't happy. And yes, I miss my daughter, and I regret leaving my child every day. But that's why I bust my ass, and I have a career where I can provide for all my kids. So a lot of you people need to just, you know, focus on your life, you know. Not worry about Gigi. I got Gigi, you know. I just want to know why she spends so much time lying and talking about our life instead of promoting a positive message of a strong mother. I think she is a great mother. She's going to be an awesome mother. I hate that it's so important to you guys to find out what's going on, but know the facts. You know, she can't just be telling all the truth, you know. Yes, I have multiple kids. Yes, it's challenging. Yes, it's difficult. I learn a new thing every day. I don't think none of you guys behind that phone or behind the computer, laptop, whatever you're on, you're no different. You have flaws. I'm pretty sure we got somebody that can tell us a shit ton about you. You know, so I'm thankful for all the engagement because you guys are gonna see who I am. I ain't really got too much of nothing to talk about. It's fun trolling a little bit, shoot my shit back because I have receipts just like she does. And the car issue, that I left in February. I used that card probably maybe 3 weeks, and keep in mind I was sending the money to it, so it didn't make a fuck difference. She still has my trailer there, my shirt press, a lot of my shit, and that truck she's speaking on. Okay, all right, who paid it, and the insurance. Also, her parents were helping her as well. She's very spoiled. Even when she went down and without a job, nobody wants to talk about this. I paid all the bills, you know. Morgan was good to me when we were together. I will not take that from her. It got icky towards the end. And again, in my post, you're not entitled to have to stay with the parent because you and her are not working out because of the kid. And I get it, you know. Y'all think Morgan's just this pretty, you know, beautiful woman, which she is, but it's plenty of them out here. And also, you can't go off the looks, you know. I like the inside about a person. I'm not gonna bash Morgan to show some of the messages she said about my other kids or about, you know, me trying to be a father to all my kids. Morgan just wanted me to be a father to Gianna. And that's just not possible. So that's story time. I'm working on my body, get it back right, because you guys are here now. So I actually got depressed, you know, leaving her and my kid. Nobody talks about that. They always go for the woman side. But men have a say-so in depression or not even just depression, emotions, a lot of shit, but we don't care about that shit. Like, I'm not emotional. I don't give a fuck. I'm just more of just stating the facts. Like, you're not gonna tell me I bust my ass 13, 14 hours a day to send you some money for my kid and I'm a deadbeat. And to my other baby mothers, you know, I'm constantly working on trying to get past the emotional barrier of, you know, oh, you did it with somebody else. So somebody got to feel me here. Some women just don't want to see you do the shit that they wanted to do with you. They don't want to see you doing it with anybody else. So that's a fact. And I'm nobody. I ain't no Chris Brown ass nigga, you know. I'm me. I'm Jaquan. So that's my feed for you guys today, and I'm done with it. You know, tomorrow I'm gonna wake up with a positive message. Keep working out, keep being focused. She took all the shots and I'm done taking them.
Y'all need to everybody spam Beyonce in this because something tells me that Beyonce is in the studio right now working her tail end off trying to make this 6 Baby Mama song inspired by me. What Beyonce doesn't know and what's very important for Beyonce to know is that I just got a phone call from baby mama I don't even know. First time hearing about her ever today. She came with the receipts and the proof. And I am not the first baby mom. I am not the second baby mom. Beyonce, I'm not the third baby mom. I'm not the fourth baby mom. I'm not the fifth baby mom. Beyonce, I am not even the 6th baby mom. Beyonce, make sure you tell these folks I am the 7th baby mom. And sing that song so good. I want you to sing that song so good that no other baby mama pop up. And remind these folks in that song to take they goddamn birth control.
Active mother and an active father got two different definitions. Active mother, trenches, day in, day out, 24/7. Active mother, PTA meetings, soccer practice, football practice, reading, teaching, homework. Active mother, cook, clean, rear. Active mother. Active father, he come over on weekends. Active father, he buy a gift or two. Active father, he FaceTimes every once in a while. Different definitions, different standards. Just because you an active father don't mean you pulling your mother weight. You active enough to take pictures, but are you 24/7? Do you know his teacher's name? Do you know what his grade point average is? You know what size shoe your kid wear? You know what prescription his glasses is? When is his next doctor appointment? Quit calling yourself a active parent, active father just because you post pictures on social media once or twice a month. Just because you're not in the household don't mean your influence isn't felt on a daily basis inside the household.
We hit on this scripture, I believe it was earlier last week. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he's old, he won't depart from it. This message hits kind of home because I always had my mother and father in my life. And it is common in today's society that the father is not present. And man, your children need you. Your children need you regardless of how you and the mother are getting along or how that relationship went. Your children need you. Regardless of how much money you make, your children need you. Regardless of your educational status or your criminal background, your children need you. Even with all of your flaws and mistakes and mishaps and misfortunes, your children still need you. Your very presence makes a difference. You may have to go to great lengths, great extremes to be in their life, but nonetheless, it is your duty, your responsibility to train them, to raise them. And that's more than just dropping off a child support check. That is being in their lives, good, bad, and ugly. Follow for more. Be blessed.